Alright, hello everyone. Welcome to a matchup video. In this matchup, what I want to be showcasing is Vladimir versus Kassadin. And Kassadin is a very well-known terrible matchup for Vlad because of his reduced magic taken from his passive, his Q shield, making it impossible for you to really punish him early. And after level 6, honestly, he can just jump on you whenever he feels like it, and he hard outtrades you because his Q interrupts your E, it blocks a lot of your damage. He does a lot of damage with his W and his E, and there's really nothing Vlad can do. But what I want to show here is some strategies that you can use to actually win lane versus Kassadin, dominate him in lane, in fact. What I didn't say in the title is that I actually lost this game. I misplayed a lot in the mid game, and although I was the one on my team who was fed, I didn't carry nearly as hard as I could have. I didn't put this in the title because how to beat a hard counter matchup in lane, but lose the game, because he misplayed a lot, doesn't really have the same ring to it. So, yeah. I'll also be analyzing a lot of my mistakes. Honestly, this is more for my own self-improvement. So after laning phase, I'll start making a lot more mistakes, but feel free to keep watching if you want to hear what my thoughts are on those mistakes and what I might have been able to do better. Alright, so first off, I noticed that the Kassadin was taking Electrocute and Ignite, so this is a very aggressive Kassadin build, and I think he started Doran's Ring as well. How do I check items? Yeah, he started Dark Seal instead of Doran's Shield. So this means that he is going to be doing a lot of damage. Oh, sorry, quick pause here. What did I do here? I didn't Q him. It might have been intuitive to, Q him, but why I didn't Q him is that I knew he was going to Q me, right? And if he Q'd me and I Q'd him, the damage I did is meaningless. So I might as well let him Q me first and then look for my own Q on him or on a minion to heal up the damage he did with his Q. Had I Q'd him the second he Q'd me, my Q damage would have been blocked by his shield. I would have done no damage, and I would have taken a little bit of damage that I wouldn't be able to heal back up because I Q'd while I was already on full health before the damage hit me. So right now I have a bit of pressure on him because he doesn't have his Q and I have mine. Oh, I gotta make this camera stop doing this. Hold on. There we go. And so what I'm just doing is making sure I get the first 3 minions. I think that it's never worth harassing if you're losing a minion, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and get the minions. And of course get an auto off while I can. I autoed him instead of queuing him there because I think I thought his Q was back up. So if I had queued him and he queued me, it would have been an unfavorable trade again. So I just elected for the auto, which was a guaranteed poke on him. And this is just him grading really hard for CS, so I get some autos, and I get a auto reset Q. Always make sure you auto Q when you're harassing melee laners, and here I decide to all in. This is actually a bit of a mistake by me, because remember when I mentioned earlier that he had Electrocute Ignite? Electrocute Ignite casting at level 2 with his W does a huge amount of damage. It's not fair. Like, if he Q auto Ws you, it's going to take most of your health. So even though I was up quite a bit of HP and I had my empowered Q coming up, which is why I decided to walk up, I still think that I should have played it slow, continued harassing him, kited it out, and looked for a kill at a better opportunity. But right here it still works out for me. I'm actually waiting for his Q shield here. You can see that in a 1v1 against Kassadin. If you have your timer left, you always want to wait out his Q shield, which is what I was doing before I ignited him and autoed him. And it was a pretty clean 1v1, I think. There's also the issue of me not seeing their jungler on the map here, but I think this was a conscious decision by me at the time because I noticed the time was 2 minutes 22, and it's very, very rare for junglers to start ganking mid lane this early. Especially Kha'Zix, who doesn't really have particularly good ganks. And here I agreed for the wave. I'm actually pinging my E to hover me and to help me here right now. Because look at this wave, right? I have quite a bit more minions than him, and it's a cannon wave coming in, and I know he's already respawned. So if I just back here and I leave this wave, my minions are going to kill most of his minions, and I'm not even sure if it'll make it to the tower. So if Kassadin comes in when my minions have killed most of his minions and he holds the wave around here, I lose probably 2 whole waves, 1 or 2 full waves from that, and I'll end up way more behind than him, even though I just got a kill on him. So what I'm doing is I'm just pleading for my E to come on and please help me make sure Kha'Zix doesn't kill me while I'm pushing this wave. But I don't think my E acknowledges me here. He just kind of goes on with his life. And what I'm hoping is, I'm hoping this wave crashes and I want it back, but this Kassadin is smart, right? He's good. He's coming up and he's pulling the wave up, so I can't back. And he does something really stupid here. He knows my empowered Q is up, but he walks up to me anyways. And I know what he wants to do is he wants to Q auto W me because I think that'll kill me at this point. So I immediately E and I deny him his W, like you see him start his W animation here. And then I try to create some distance between us. He can't flash on me at this point because he can't kill me anymore. And I get a good Q off and an auto off. So at this point I don't even need to back anymore because he just took a terrible trade. I just want to shove this wave in, and I think I might actually back here. I think I want to shove this wave in and then I back. Because I am sitting on a bit of gold. Yep, I decide to back here. And this is a huge wave, so there's no way he can do anything with this. I think, what I'm thinking right now is that because this is a big wave under his tower, right? My next wave is also going to go under his tower, and what that means is that the tower is going to kill my wave for his team, and the wave is going to start pushing back up towards my side of the lane. So right now, I'm actually typing in chat, I'm telling Yi that Kassadin is a free gank, and he actually listens to me here. I'm telling Yi to come up because the lane pushes to me, so he can come up and pick up a free kill. I think that's the case, yeah. He's just looping around and I'm just being patient. Very well played by the E here. And what I do here is I don't make it obvious that it's being ganked at the start. I don't want to walk up to the lane and straight up start walking up to the Kassadin because then he'll know something's up. I kind of kite back a little bit so he starts walking up. And this is just a free kill for E. So in general, always have the presence of mind to know that if you shove a wave under their turret and the wave is any respectable size, your next wave is going to go under their turret and it's going to push back to you, and that's a good time to start letting your jungler know a bit ahead of time that your enemy laner, especially if they're immobile like a Pre-6 Kassadin, is a free kill. I believe that what I'm thinking right now is that I'm ahead of Kassadin enough because I'm a level up that I'll hit level 6 way before he does, so I can actually look for a dive potentially on him. And I think that's what I'm doing here. Yeah, I think I'm looking for some poke on him, and then after that I'll want to dive him. Do an early E release, just to, oh, bad tower shot here. A little bad spacing, but nothing too big of a deal because I'm Vladimir. And if you look at our itemization here, I have a cooldown book, and he has a dark seal and an amtome. So, same little detail there. I wait for his Q before I Q him. And Amtome and his items are actually pretty similar, so I believe we have a fairly similar amount of AP right now. Oh, we do not. Okay, never mind. I think that's because I'm getting HP from my HP, but the advantage of me having a CDR tome on him, that is Fiendish Codex, isn't that I have more straight up damage than him, it's because I get 10%. It's not even 10% anymore. God damn it. I miss old CDR, but the advantage is that my abilities come off cooldown sooner, so I get quite a bit more sustain, and if he ever tries to start an extended fight with me, I can get my regular Q into empowered Q more quickly because they go off cooldown. So right now I think I'm about to hit level 6. I see that the next wave is still going to meet in around the middle of the lane. So what I want to do here is I want to let the waves meet, and I want to kill his wave really quickly, and then let my wave get under his tower and try to dive him. So that's what I'm doing here. I don't want him to get him. I don't want Kassadin to get level 6 because once he does, even though he's behind by a lot, his trading is going to get a lot better. And I'm just setting up the dive. So what I do, how I execute the dive is I walk up, I let him start autoing me, and what this means is that he uses his shield, right? He uses his shield, and he takes minion aggro. So all the minions are targeting him right now, the cannon and the ranged minions. And I auto him, immediately R, auto again, Q, EW to dodge the second turret shot. And at this point he's dead, right? And I instant flash away because I suspect that if he ignites me, which he already has, so I'm gonna take more ignite tick damage, and he Qs me again, then I probably die. And I have, what's it called? I have Nimbus Cloak, yeah. And he doesn't, and he's not level 6 yet. So that means that with my Nimbus Cloak, I can get away from him faster, even if he flashes on me. if he flashes even slightly too late, my Nimbus Cloak would mean that I'm already out of range of his Q. So he flashes after me, but my ult kills him, so it's just unfortunate. And at this point I immediately leave because Kha'Zix just did dragon. So you'll notice that the way I'm playing, actually, there's a very big problem with it. It's that I don't respect the enemy jungler very much. And this is something that I do almost all the time. It's because I'm playing Vlad, and with Phase Rush and Pool, as long as your Phase Rush and Pool are still up, it's very easy for you to escape from ganks until Kassadin is level 6. So what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to dominate lane as hard as I can and take the risk that Kha'Zix would gank me because I know I can probably survive it. And my reasoning is that if I don't dominate lane against Kassadin, by the time he hits level 6, he just starts stomping all over me, and I don't want that to happen. And at this point, right, our team is pretty behind. Our Shen is not having a good time against the Kled with 3 kills. But I make the decision that I'm going to stay in lane and I'm going to keep pushing my lead on Kassadin until I get my Proto Belt. Because without Proto Belt, Vlad is still a pretty weak champion, and I don't want to risk going down for a roam, not getting the roam off, and putting myself behind Kassadin. Yi is coming in for another gank here. It wasn't smart of Kassadin to walk up this far. This is a good decision to gank by him. But I actually didn't want Yi to gank here at the time because I didn't have anything up, right? I didn't have Ignite up, I didn't have ult up, and Kassadin had his ult. So I wasn't sure whether we could actually pull it off. I don't think we do, yeah, so I kind of just let Yi do his thing here. He goes for it, and he cancels an auto. He would have gotten him otherwise, but it was a good try. And yeah, not much to say here, so let's speed it up a bit. Kha'Zix starts invading, and Yi runs into the Kha'Zix. Yi unfortunately loses the 1v1, I think, and there's not much that can be done about that. Our Shen, I believe, didn't have his ult up. I'm not sure how to tell. Our Shen had his ult up, but didn't, yeah, he didn't have his ult up, never mind. So there's not much to say there. Bot lane is not having a really good day. Tristana ended up getting really tilted this game and kind of trolling, but oh well. And right now I'm 2 levels up in the Kassadin, right? So even though he's level 6 and his champion counters mine, I know I'm significantly stronger than him, so I don't need to be too scared of him. And I also see Kha'Zix topside. I believe a bit more boring stuff. Nothing much happens here. And I want him to jump on me here again, because look at all these minions under tower. If he comes up and hits me with any single target auto attack or a single target spell, he's going to take minion aggro, which he can't sustain up from, right? And I can sustain up from the damage that he did to me. I get a good Q off. He didn't. He didn't react with his Q in time to block the damage. And yeah. Scare him a little bit, run away. I start moving towards the E here. I don't know if they're going to fight. They don't, thankfully. I didn't think that was a good fight to take. And E gets caught a bit. Shen starts ulting in. And I start moving. I see this fight. I don't usually like taking jungle fights, but I kind of have to come here. We also don't get the Kha'Zix because he stealths and runs the other way, which is just kind of tragic. So more boring stuff. Me trying to bait the Kassadin into jumping on me so I can get a kill on him. And right here, right, at this stage, my empowered Q is coming up. I want Kassadin to jump on me. I know that if he jumps on me, he dies. And even without my empowered Q, because my Ignite is back up and my ult is back up, if he uses ult on me, he can't use ult to run away anymore. So I'm just hoping that he jumps on me, because if he jumps on me, I instantly ult, auto, ignite him, and use my phase rush to chase him down. And here he makes the mistake. I held on to my Q on purpose there. I didn't use my empowered Q because I wanted him to jump on me. And I know that a lot of Kassadin players, if you have your empowered Q, they want to jump on you when it runs out because they think that that's your window of strength, right? But I know that I'm strong enough that even without empowered Q, I can kill them. So I just decide not to use it. I decide to let him jump on me. And he does. And I immediately ignite him, proc phase rush, go into pool, and he's dead. He's not dead. but the last minion auto gets him. So a bit of a miscalculation on my part because he leveled up and I didn't expect him to, but it works out. And I think it was a fairly well played 1v1. So at this point, I'm super ahead. I'm not too scared of Kha'Zix anymore because with Phase Rush, I can just run away. And yeah, that's the laning phase. And after here, it's where my gameplay starts getting pretty terrible. I just kind of run around and I'm not sure what I'm doing. And I just don't do very well in general.